Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing okay. I was just laying here thinking, and just a few thoughts crossed my mind. And with the new year, I was just really thinking about what God has been speaking to me and what he could be possibly speaking to others, and just a couple of thoughts crossed my mind, and I want to entitle this video Just Put It Away. And I've talked about this before. We all know in our hearts what God has called us to put away, what God has told us to go get away from, what God has told us to stop doing. But ultimately, we're being stubborn. And I've talked about this, like I said, in other videos, but I've been really thinking about this because of the new year. Everybody's been really thinking about, New Year's resolutions, turning a new leaf, whatever you want to call it. But I've just got this thought in my mind and in my heart. I'm like, in the past when God has told me to put things, and even, presently, if God has told me to put things away, I can finally ask myself, is that thing that God has told me to put away, or God has told me time and time again to go away from, or that he's been trying to pull me away from, is that thing that I'm holding on to so desperately worth it? Is it really worth it? And when you truly look into what the cost of things are, ultimately, that thing could be costing you your own life, Is your risk going to be in eternal hell, worth it, in other words? Because some people are really battling things that are teeter-tottering them that are teeter-tottering them on the brink of life or death. Is that thing really worth the death route? Is it? Whatever it is that God has told you to put away, whatever it is that God has told you to come away from, it is for your good. Do you really want to sacrifice peace, prosperity, abundancy, joy, laughter, anything that is good, for that thing that is just mediocre, that is just getting you by, in other words? Is it really making you happy? Is it really bringing you joy? Is it really bringing you peace? 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, you can usually answer, no, it is not. So why are we holding on to that thing so desperately? Why, Why? Whether it be a material thing you're holding on to, or a relationship that God has told you to leave, or whatever it is, guys, is it worth what God has for you? God knows best. God has the best route. Is that thing worth sacrificing what God has for you, the life God has for you? And I can guarantee you guys, I've been on this fence, even in my walk. And I've always admitted to you guys that I am nowhere near perfect. I have never been I am not perfect. Just because God has equipped me to spread his gospel and to spread his news does not mean that I'm not any different. I'm still held accountable for the things that God has told me to get rid of, that God is pushing me away from. I'm still held accountable to it. And I still need prayer just as much as you guys do. Even Paul said in Ephesians chapter 6, pray for me so that I can bring the good news, so that I can say the right things, so that I can continue to have strength. Even Paul said that, because the saints do need strength. We do need prayer. We do need, we suffer the same things that anybody else does, And so I say that to say this, guys. Whatever it is that God has called you to put away, whatever God has called you away from, put it away. Make the decision to go away from it, because you will come out 100 times better than if you held on to that thing for another second, another minute, another day. Let it go. Let it go. What in your heart, whatever it is that God has told you to move away from, let it go. And it doesn't matter whatever consequences, whatever sacrifice, whatever it is that you think that is going to be better because you're holding on to it. Believe me, it's not. Whatever you have to go through to put it away, just go through it and put it away, because you will come out victorious. You will come out better in the long run. You may have to suffer for a little bit. You may have to be inconvenienced for a little bit, but it's going to be far better than the heartache that you're going to have to go through if you hold on to that for another second. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for continuing to press through, and continuing to pray for me and my family as well as I continue to pray for you all. I love you guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.